Trump administration prepares to ramp up sanctions on Russia. The Trump administration is weighing a new sanctions strategy against Russia, aimed at reshaping global oil markets and seeking a diplomatic solution to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. According to Bloomberg, Trump's advisors are considering two scenarios, either easing restrictions to promote peace talks or increasing pressure on Russia's oil industry to force concessions from Moscow. A tough approach could include more stringent enforcement of secondary sanctions, targeting European shipping companies and Asian oil buyers, including major buyers from China and India. Additionally, Washington could step up surveillance of Russian tankers passing through key transit points such as Danish and Turkish waters. Conversely, a less confrontational strategy could include issuing general permits or raising the current oil price ceiling from $60 a barrel to a higher level. This is aimed at maintaining the flow of Russian oil into the global market, limiting the risk of supply disruptions but still creating the necessary pressure to force Moscow to negotiate. Statement by Treasury Secretary nominee Scott Bessent, Trump's nominee to be Treasury Secretary, has expressed strong support for tougher measures. Speaking at a hearing before the Senate Finance Committee, Mr. Bessent affirmed that he would 100% support increasing sanctions on the Russian oil industry if approved, calling it an important step to ending the conflict. Russian officials need to understand that if confirmed, I will support sanctions that are strong enough to force Russia to the negotiating table, he said. He also criticized the Biden administration's measures as not being strong enough, while asserting that Mr. Trump's strategy would have a stronger impact. Impact on oil markets. The new measures are being discussed after outgoing President Joe Biden imposed the toughest sanctions ever on Russian oil trade on January 10th, sending Brent crude up nearly $5 a barrel. Analysts warn that further sanctions on Russian oil could exacerbate geopolitical issues, impact global supplies, and push up fuel prices. Particularly with Russia, Iran, and Venezuela, three major oil producers, already under tough sanctions, any further escalation risks destabilizing the market. A key decision will come in March, when the U.S. Treasury's general license allowing some energy transactions with Russia expires. If it is allowed to expire, it will increase pressure on Moscow, but could also pose risks to oil market stability. Risks to the USD. Some of Mr. Trump's advisors also worry that the overuse of economic sanctions could undermine the dollar's status as the global reserve currency. If countries seek alternatives to the dollar-based financial system, this could undermine U.S. economic power. Overall, the Trump administration's Russia sanctions strategy is not just about putting pressure on Moscow, but also requires careful consideration to maintain global market stability and long-term U.S. economic interests.